Hello, everyone, and welcome to another UK Deaf Dealers interview. I am the Brutal Commander, and with me this week I have
JMGrizz.
JMGrizz. Introduce yourself, dude. Who are you? What do you do? Where are you from? Give us a little bit about yourself.
I am a deathcore artist, solo right now. Currently residing in Hertfordshire, and yeah, just living life, trying to do music.
Very good, very good. So you're a solo extreme metal vocalist. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Awesome. So what does that mean? Does that mean that are you writing music all on your own? Are you doing some covers? Are you working with some musicians in the background to create music? Like, what's going on there?
So I write all my own stuff. All the lyrics for my songs are written by me.
Oh, cool.
Um, and then as far as like the production side, with like the backings, I'm either using um, artists in my area and contacting them, getting commissions done, um, or I'm finding stuff on YouTube. I'm trying to stay away from YouTube though, because their prices are ludicrous on there. Um, and I'd much prefer just pay someone that I know, um, to work on it.
Absolutely, yeah. And what motivated you to get into that?
Well, when I was first starting out doing this sort of music, I was just like, I couldn't really get into a band. It was very
Right.
sort of hard to find people in the same genre that were into the same sort of thing, wanted to sort of have like the same sort of mindset of like going into the core genres like metalcore, deathcore sort of stuff.
Mm,
It's very sort of hard, so I decided I'm gonna do it solo until I can get a band going, and then probably either stick with doing solo, then have the band on the side, or just focus on the band. That's still a decision I'm making. Um,
nice.
yeah, I mean, it's just sort of like something to just do in the meantime while I wait for the plan to unfold.
I love it. So it's going to be an ongoing project that you're hoping other people will be able to come along and add to and build and
Yeah,
create a full band. That's the ultimate goal, is it? To create a full band.
yeah, that's the goal.
Awesome, man. That sounds really cool. Well, if you're in Hertfordshire and you're looking for a deathcore band to start, this is a good opportunity as any, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about your first live show? How did that come about, and how did you feel it went?
Well, there's sort of two stages of the sort of JMGrizz music journey. There
Okay,
was JMGrizz pre-metal and JMGrizz post-metal. So before metal, I used to do drill. Um,
interesting. Okay,
Drastically different. I found it
yeah.
was very sort of like easy genre to get into, and it's just sort of like when I went to college, most of it was based around rap, and people were big into drill at the time, so I just got into drill. But my first ever performance in a venue was a college performance, and
Okay,
that was at the Brixton Hootenanny, and
nice.
I did my own grime song that I had produced as well as written lyrics for. So that was a sort of co-produced track with it was me and my tutor who used to be a producer for Stefflon Don, um,
Okay, cool.
which is pretty cool. And then
Yeah.
if we're talking like sort of like post metal, once again it was in college at the Brixton Hootenanny where I did a cover of Balls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine,
Very
and that
cool
was
song.
sort of like my first ever, and then first ever solo gig
Mm.
that wasn't with college. That was on the 25th of June or July, I want to say. I think it was July. And that was up at the Hartford Corn Exchange.
Okay.
That was a pretty sort of like dope first gig. All the other bands were super supportive, and even though I was completely different to all of them, they still sort of like gave me my props and just told me that I did a good performance. And it was crazy how confident I was for someone who that was my first ever paid gig, my first ever solo, sort of like
Mm.
without having anyone arrange it for me gig.
Yeah.
Um, And yeah, so I was
So
very
how did
glad
you
with that.
land that gig?
Um, so they've got like a form that you fill out to play. They do
Okay.
Juicebox Live is the people that arrange it.
Hmm.
Um, so I filled out the form a few times, didn't hear anything back. So what I ended up doing was contacting them via phone call. I actually called up the venue and I was like,
Nice.
I've been putting in these forms and I haven't heard nothing back.
Yeah.
So what's happening? And then they're like, ah, we saw that you don't really have much of a following. And I was like, just let it work. And then and then after a while, I actually ended up speaking to the main promoter of Juicebox Live, Luke Hinton,
Okay.
and then we got it going, and I got my first ever gig.
Very nice. Well, shout out to Luke.
Yeah, shout out to Luke Hinton. He's if I ever want to play a gig at a venue that's run by Juicebox Live, I just send him an email, and he gets it sorted straight away.
That's awesome, man. I love people that are open to giving people the opportunity to showcase their art. You know, it's really cool that there are people that give that stepping stone. You know, we've got to open the door for everyone, and you never know what kind of amazing talent can come through those sort of opportunities. So, you know, yeah, real props to Luke for giving you that opportunity, man. That's really cool. You know, when you're writing your music, do you think that your local area or maybe, yeah, do you think that Hertfordshire kind of influences any of your sound?
As far as sound goes, no. I would say it's more of the environment that I'm in that influences what I write. So a lot of the
Okay.
music that I write, I I don't write often. I write when I'm feeling a certain emotion.
Mm,
Because I feel like that's when like my best pen game comes out, when I can properly just like sit down, just like write what I'm thinking, and I'll write like notes about what I'm thinking, and then I'll like find an instrumental, and then I won't like instantly start saying words. I'll just like try to find a rhythm. I'll just like growl randomly at the instrumental and like try to find a
nice.
rhythm in that, and then I'll like
Yeah.
start thinking, what do I want to write in this? Um, but the one song that was influenced by my area was my latest single, "No Flag of Mine," which was heavily like it's an issue all over the country, but it was also influenced by my anger about what's happening in my area with like a lot of them going more towards the far right and more
Mm,
towards like parties like Reform and Restore, which
yeah.
I am very sort of like outspoken, especially at my gigs, about how much I hate Reform and I hate Nigel Farage, and
Yeah.
I'm not a really big fan of Labour either because I feel like they're more leaning towards the right these days.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So would you say that you're a politically driven project?
Not all of it, but I
Okay.
would always try to if I don't have a big platform, but I always try to use the platform to sort of like spread my political view and try to educate people.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So what platforms are you on at the moment?
Right now I'm only really active on Instagram and TikTok. I post on them quite a lot. Um,
And
uh,
what's your Is it just JMGrizz?
On Instagram, it's JMGrizz. On TikTok, it's official JMGrizz. I've also got a Facebook, which I've started posting on because it's just another way of getting views and trying to get the message out there and trying to get people to follow me. So,
Yeah, cool. Well, if you're interested in following JMGrizz's journey, you know where to find him on the line. And I just wanted to ask a little bit about. So you've been performing solo at the moment. Can you talk us through the rig that you're using? Like, what have you got? What equipment wise?
I've only recently started getting in my own equipment. So
Oh,
uh,
okay.
the first thing I got was for Christmas, and that was my IEMs. I've got
Oh,
LD
cool.
Systems U300, and then on my birthday. I got a Sub-Zero VoxLink 2VH,
Nice.
and that's my wireless mics. So, because I had a really big issue with keeping in time, because when there's a lot going on. Plus, my vocals, I can't always hear the drums, and the drums is how I
Gotcha.
keep time. But if I can't hear them, I can't really keep time all too well. So
Mm.
I got the IEM so I could hear the backing better. Um, and then I got the wireless mics because I just hate wires so much, and I'm always tripping and I'm always unplugging my mic, and it's just a pain when you're trying to do a live gig and then no one can hear you.
Yeah, everyone. I think everyone knows that pain. If you've ever
Yeah,
performed, you've probably pulled an XLR out of a mic.
yeah.
So when that happened, what went through your mind when that XLR dropped out, and what did you do? Did you recover well, or?
Uh, I think I've been lucky enough for it not to drop out any gigs, but it's definitely
Oh,
happened
okay.
at open mics. It's happened at open mics a few times where I've stepped on the mic and then I've just sort of like I've just like kept going while trying to plug the XLR back into the mic so I can like at least keep in time.
Yeah.
Um, but
I mean,
it's just a nightmare, honestly.
yeah. I mean, that's good professionalism, man. You got to keep that going, and you've got some really good insight into using IEMs. Um, was that something that was suggested to you, or did you research that? Like, what made you decide to get them?
Well, at the first gig I did in the Hartford Corn Exchange, I noticed there was a band using IEMs. Uh,
Okay.
I I'd never knew because like I'd seen artists with it when I've like watched videos of artists performing, but I didn't know what they were.
Mm,
Um, and then I spoke to them about it. They sent me some links to like the mics and to the IEMs and all that. Um, and then as I sort of kept doing gigs, I kept seeing people with IEMs. I was like, I need to get some because like it's definitely gonna sort of amp up my performance a lot more and make it a lot easier for me to hear. And then wireless mics as well. That was sort of like I saw a band perform and they were able to do like so much more. Um, the vocalist was able to like get off stage, and then like the guitarist, who was also the backing vocalist, he was able to get off stage and like play like in the middle of everyone.
that's
Um,
fun.
but there's no limit to a cable, and
Nice.
so they're able to do more stuff. So I was like, I definitely need to start doing that.
You wanted to set yourself free,
Yeah, yeah.
unchain yourself. Yeah. So have you been in the crowd with your mic yet, or is that something you're planning to do? Or
That's something I'm planning to do. I'm just still getting sort of used to the stage. I mean, I've been on the stage a few times, but it's just sort of like just gaining that confidence. Like at my last gig I did, um, I was very nervous because I was doing a lot more clean singing.
oh,
I've been
okay,
I've been trying to teach myself how to do clean singing. Um,
nice.
so I was sort of like just more focused on trying to deliver that. Um, while still trying to like keep a good performance while I was on stage. So I didn't really go down into the crowd, but
Mm,
that's definitely something I want to do.
nice. Yeah, I think it's a really good touch. Gives getting up close and personal with the crowd. Yeah, people love it. So what got you into vocals? Was there any influence, and who influences you now?
So what got me first into metal vocals was um, I was on a phone call to my friend, and she was the one who introduced me to Slipknot.
Oh,
So
cool.
so I would be like playing a Slipknot song, and then I would like try to do the vocals to it. And
Mm,
then she was like, "You know what? Your vocals aren't too bad." And I was like, "Really?" And I was like, I could make something of this." And I won't lie to you, for the first year I was shit. Like I did not know any vocal techniques. Um it strained my throat whenever I do it. I would taste I'll taste blood in my throat, and I was like, "Yeah, this can't be how it's supposed to be." Um, my first ever song I released, "How It Feel," which I've got on Spotify. That was in that period where when I was recording it, I had to like be constantly taking breaks because my throat would be hurting so bad, and I thought that was normal at the time,
um,
but it wasn't. It definitely wasn't normal.
oh, so did you draw on any knowledge articles or anything that sort of guided you on how to be more accurate with your technique? Was there any
Um,
resources that you can recommend to others?
I think just go on YouTube because there's plenty of people on YouTube who put out tutorials on how to do it. And
Yeah.
the method that helped me the most was sort of like the sighing method, where like you do a sigh, and then you like
Yeah.
yeah you do a sigh like you've just come home, your kids have made a mess, your dog's pissed, your wife's pissed, and you just go, you know, and then you just build on that, add distortion, constrict your throat a bit, and then you've got vocals. Obviously, it's not as quick as that. It takes a while to like get it to that point,
Mm,
but yeah, that's the technique that I use, and then from that moment, I just sort of like listened to different vocalists and then used the techniques I knew to emulate what they were doing. So
nice.
like when I first sort of like started getting into Slaughter to Prevail and listened to Alex Turble's vocals, I wanted to be that. So I was just listening and just like kept on trying and trying to get like my gutturals down. I didn't know what gutturals were when I was doing it until I did more research into it. But I was like, I've pinpointed it, just
Yeah.
once you've got the foundation, you can easily build it yourself. Some people need like extra help, that's fine. There's plenty of people on YouTube that show how to do gutturals, false chords,
Mhm.
fry screams, show you how to utilize your inhales and exhales, like you know.
What technique do you think you're best at the moment?
I think I'm best at doing my false chords and my gutturals. I think my gutturals land a lot more than my false chords though.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know why, but whenever I get like tired during a live performance, I cannot get a false chord out. But I can get a gutter out so easy. So that's
that's interesting. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. And if you could choose one vocalist that you wish that you could sort of match in skill, who would that be?
that's a tough question. It's a very tough question because there's like four vocalists that I really draw inspiration from.
Okay,
So
let's hear him. Let's hear him, man.
uh, oh, I forgot. I think it's what's the name? I think his name's Scott from Bleed from Within. I think
Okay.
his name's Scott. Forgot his name, but Alex Terrible, obviously. Corey Taylor and Mark Zellweger.
Nice. Good
I,
choices there, man.
yeah, I think those guys they've all sort of like I don't want to say they've all pioneered, but they definitely all like sort of helped with pushing sort of like their respected genres into the mainstream.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think for me, yeah, Corey Taylor, he was the first metal band that I ever heard. So that
Yeah,
I loved. I'm very much happy that you mentioned that dude because yeah, that's a
yeah,
big influence for me, man. Like yeah, Slipknot is a very good gateway for a lot of people, I think.
yeah. They're a very good foundation band, and they've just done a lot for the new metal genre. They've sort of like kept new metal alive, and even when they've made albums or songs that don't exactly sound like new metal, they still do it great. Like I don't really consider Iowa to be too new metal. I think it leans more towards death metal.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
with like songs like People Equal Shit and Disaster Piece. Those songs are brutal. So
yeah, amazing. Is that something that influenced you wearing a mask?
uh well so the mask thing, I'm gonna get very personal. So
Okay.
I've always been very insecure about how I look. So that sort of is what brought it on. When I was growing up in my teen years, I would get called ugly a lot.
Mm,
So that influenced me wearing the mask. Um, and then as I've sort of gotten older and gone into adulthood, I sort of realized I don't care what people say, but I still like wearing a mask because it adds sort of like that sort of mystery and I don't really want to be noticed in public if I start getting traction.
yeah.
Um,
Okay.
because I value my privacy a lot.
Yeah.
So
Masks have been used in performance for thousands of years, so I think it's great. I love masks, especially like it's not something that I've seen before. The mask that you're wearing. So
yeah, I mean this
did
this mask. If I
did you
get
make
close,
it?
this mask is literally a Mick Thompson mask that I've just painted and then cut out the grills because
Okay.
I think Mick Thompson is so sick. I just think everything about that dude is so sick.
Yeah,
And
man.
I was just like, yeah, this is like, I want to be like him, but a vocalist. And then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna find a Mick Thompson mask and just modify it. I do eventually want to have my own sort of style of mask.
Mm.
But for now, this is what I'm using. I'm pretty happy with what I'm using.
Would you say you're a music fan?
Definitely a music fan. I mean, I've got in the background just a few vinyls,
Just a few, yeah.
and
Wow,
CDs, and then downstairs in my room, I've got like more CDs and more vinyls, and I'm just a
nice.
pretty big music fan.
And is that mostly metal, or is there some other genres thrown in?
Well, I've got All Hope Is Gone. I've got self-titled. I've got My Chemical Romance, Free Chest, Sweet Revenge. I used to love My Chemical Romance. I still do. I've got Zenith, Bleed from Within. Um, I think yeah. I've got Nevermind from Nirvana.
Love
I've
that.
got Chroma Cull, PF, and Tyler the Creator.
Oh,
I'm a massive Tyler the Creator fan. I think
interesting.
I think dude's amazing. I've
Yeah, he's
got
pretty cool.
mostly just I've just got a bunch of like Nirvana and Slipknot and Bleed from Within stuff.
Mm. Would you say Bleed from Within is one of your favorite bands then?
Oh yeah, definitely. When I first heard them when I saw Slipknot in 2024, and then I was like, this band is sick, and I found out they were going on tour, and I was like, I definitely need to get on that tour. So I went to go see them, and then
Very
yeah.
good. Nice. Um, so what is something that people often ask you when they discover you or see your performance? Is there like something typical that people ask about?
It's mostly just sort of how I do it solo, and um, like when I try to explain what I do, a lot of people think that I'm up there like with a guitar, I'm playing drums as well, I'm on keys. No, I'm not. I'm playing to a backing, you know. Um, a lot of people just it's just sort of like, how does it work? Why are you not in a band? Like, is it not just karaoke? And I'm like, not. Yes, it's kind. I guess what I'm doing is kind of karaoke, but also not really. Um, I mean, it's just yeah,
Um,
those are the main questions.
Would you say that's like a negative thing, like that they're asking about the karaoke, or
I think it's kind of negative, but also if people don't know, um, they're gonna ask, you know, and there's no stupid questions, you know. The only stupid person is someone that don't ask questions, you know.
fair enough? That's a very good saying, actually.
Yeah.
So if you could change one thing about your local metal scene, what would that be?
I would say just make it a lot bigger. I mean, there's not really much sort of metal going on. There's like a few like deathcore and a few hardcore bands going around. But it's not as big, and I don't think the community is as accepting of metal as I would like it to be. It's a
Mm,
lot more sort of like indie and thrash and grunge and sort of like that sort of like AC/DC sort of sound as well.
okay.
Um, and like it's very it's easy to sort of grow in this area if you're in like an indie band or something.
Hmm.
But when you're doing sort of metal, it's like people seem to tune out. Like when I've done open mics as well, a lot of people leave during my set on open mics because it's not something they're used to and they're not really too accepting of the sound.
I see. So are you looking for some opportunities away from your local area?
Yeah, I mean, I recently got contacted by a promoter, um, and that's when I found out the issue with getting gigs in London, which is a lot of venues they only want bands.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
a lot of them are looking for bands for their shows. They don't want
Mm,
solo artists. And then I was like, okay, that's gonna be a problem then. And I was like, I can either try to find a band for gigging or try to form my own band. Um, but it was a bit disheartening to hear that I couldn't do
yeah,
a solo thing. And that'll be like an issue with getting gigs. 'Cause I was like, you know, I've been trying to do my solo thing and build up my solo brand for a while.
yeah.
And
I think it's quite unique, man. It's very rare, that's for
yeah,
sure. So I feel like you've got something not one of a kind, but you know what I mean. Like it's fresher than just a band. Everyone's in a band these days, but to actually take up your own, your own initiative and just do it on your own. I don't know anyone that's doing that at the moment. So
Yeah.
obviously you got the one man slam projects and the one man black metal projects and things, but I think you're just doing vocals, and I feel like that in itself is pretty cool. And I'll tell you what, dude, I would love to have you play on one of the UK Deaf Dealer shows because I wanna make everyone open their eyes to it. I want people to accept that a bit more because I don't think that people should be scoffing at that.
But yeah, I mean, I'm
So
I'm totally down, totally down.
absolutely. I mean, I've got some monthly shows set up, so we'll figure out a date that works for you, and we'll get you on one of those shows.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's one other thing. A lot of the gigs that I'm getting out here in Hertfordshire, they're on weekdays. Not a lot of people can
Ah,
come on weekdays. So the
mhm.
turnout, I won't even lie, most of it's just my friends. But I have to give a shout out to my friends though, because I've got two
Absolutely.
friends that I've been friends with since year 9, and I think one of them missed my last gig, but like they've always been coming to my gigs, and like they live in like West London and like East London, and they can hop on a train to St Albans to come see me. Um,
Nice.
and I've got to give massive props to them for just being good friends and just being there for me and supporting me at all my gigs. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's really cool, man. Having supportive friends like that is really important, and yeah, I'm glad that you
yeah,
don't take that for granted, man. You're a lucky dude.
but yeah, most definitely never take it for granted.
Do you want to shout out their names, or
Sienna and Emily,
there you
my
go?
two my two best friends since secondary, great people.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that's really cool, dude. So have you got any plans coming up?
As far not really. I'm just sort of working on getting music released. Um,
Okay.
I've been contacting like other artists, trying to get features going. I've got a feature in the works right now with I think he's currently solo, but Condemned Without Burial. He's an American artist. I'm getting something going with him. Uh,
Nice.
getting yeah, just contacting people, trying to work something out. I'm waiting
Mm,
on a commission right now for my final song for my EP, and then
okay.
hopefully we'll drop my first ever EP. It's called Revenant. I'm really excited for it to drop.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
super
I'm
exciting.
looking forward to that. Send it to us, dude, and we'll write a review for it.
Oh yeah.
Um, so, so I've covered that. What's coming up? Um, do you produce the music yourself, or do you go to a studio? Like, how does that work?
So like to record the actual
Yeah.
vocals. So a lot of the vocals that I've got recorded right now. Um, I recorded at a friend of mine called Poison the Rat. Um, and he is like a punk artist slash band. Um, and I just I put a post out on my story saying I wanted to go record a few songs for someone. He was like, "I can just come to my home studio." And then
Oh,
my
cool.
first time meeting the guy, apparently he'd seen me at open mics, and like I recognized him once I saw him, but I didn't know him. You know what I mean? So I was like, "Oh yeah,
Nice.
sick." Massive help from him. Uh, and then
That's awesome.
my first song was recorded in college. Um, yeah.
What were you doing in college? Were you doing music?
Yeah, I was doing music performance. So I did music performance level 1 and level 2. Level 3, I dropped off my course. I've tried going back to college to finish my level 3, but it just doesn't hit. Um, I've always had issues because not a lot of colleges are very sort of open to sort of like metal, like extreme metal,
Mm,
and not a lot of people in college. Because I went back to college last year in September. and I was
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna go back to college, try to get my thing, try to start a band. Nobody in my class likes metal apart from two drummers. I was like, I can't really perform with just two drummers. And there's also the issue that like everyone's just so much younger than me, so like a lot of venues they won't take in younger people, and like obviously whenever I go to gigs I like to have a drink. I can't really have a drink with a bunch of 16 to 17-year-olds, and just it don't sit right with me.
Yeah, yeah, and
Um,
also license issues and all that. Yeah,
yeah, it
it's
just sort of makes things like very awkward. Like there were some very talented people there, so
mm,
um like potentially I would bring them on to play a song with me or something. But as far
nice.
as like starting a band with them, not really. Um,
Not not
I
not an option, or just
yeah, I have actually made progress with starting a band as well. If I can talk about that.
yeah, go
Um,
for it.
so I've got a lead guitarist, got a drummer, and I've got a bass player. The bass player is Poison the Rat. As I was saying.
Yeah,
Um, my drummer is just I found most of them on a website called Drum My Band,
yeah, yeah, I
and
know it well.
yeah, and I've had really bad luck on there, but then occasionally you'll find someone who's pretty good on there. So we have
And are
that.
they all local, or are they near enough?
Most of them are in Hartford or Stevenage, but
Okay.
they've all got cars and everything. So like transport is that's like the main thing that I put in my post. Make sure you can transport your kit.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I do not have the money to pay for you to get a van, and it's just a lot easier if you have like your own transport, so you don't have to keep paying, and like rentals is like just just too much to go wrong with getting a rental when you're a
no,
small artist.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the music is just so there's so much money that you have to put in for all sorts of things. So yeah, saving in the most areas that you possibly can. That's very frugal. Very good idea.
Yeah.
Very good advice. So, have you had rehearsals together yet?
We're having hopefully our first rehearsal this Saturday.
Nice.
Um, and
Okay.
it's because it's been sort of like a thing that I've been trying to get going for a while.
Hmm.
Literally, I've got the band name. I've already got the logo made. I got the logo made last year because it's just been something I've been trying to get going. But then members drop out, members come back in,
Mm,
and it's just hard to arrange people's schedules. And we finally found a day that fits our schedules. So
nice.
just gonna get it
Hope,
going, and hopefully it goes
hopefully
well.
that lights the fire in all of you, and keep it up regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So, what's your biggest ambition for 2026 then?
Biggest ambition, drop my EP, make more music, um, get the band going.
Nice.
Pretty simple. Just
I'm excited for you, man. Yeah, like I said, I really want to get you down for your solo act. But if you got your band together as well, always open to having the
yeah.
full shebang.
Yeah, I mean it'd be
But
pretty sick
uh,
to get things going.
yeah, of course, man. Yeah, no, there's some exciting stuff on the horizon for you, man. I'm really pleased for that. Have you got any bands that you want to shout out before we wrap up?
Uh I think I have to shout out Dead the Will. They've been the probably the best band I've played with so far. Like
Nice.
during my set, they were all in the crowd, like up front, just
Oh,
having fun and just enjoying themselves. So
nice.
Dead the Will, Limestones, Baby Step. Um, there's also very integral people that I need to shout out as well that have really
Of
helped me on my
course.
musical journey. I have to shout out my tutor Jake, who I had in college. He's a rapper, goes by Jackie World. Make sure you give him a follow. Listen to Velcro; it's a great song. Um,
Nice. I'll check that
and
out
then
after.
also my tutor that I had as well, 20 Hertz, I believe he goes by. Um, he massively helped me. Both of them helped me with like lyric writing and looking into demographics and like sort of like getting more industry insight and making my performances good. And I won't be the person who I am today without them. So
Nice.
yeah.
And do you study the scene? Do you study the industry, or are you just going off of real life experience? Like, are you actively trying to like expand knowledge on things? Like, and what resources are you doing that with?
I'm trying to sort of like do research, but I also just like to do trial and error.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's only so much research you can do because it's just music's always changing, and
Hmm.
especially with now social media is the best way to get your band out there and get your brand out there. Especially, um, it's sort of like you have to follow algorithms. And algorithms change all the time. You know, things
Mm.
come and go really fast, and um, so it's just a lot of trial and error. Like I find that one thing I found weird that I recently did was so mostly I just post um like from gigs. I just post like videos from gigs.
Hmm.
Um and then they, barely get like any views sometimes. Mostly on Instagram. TikTok, they bang. Instagram, little views. I post a video of me ranting about how I don't have a band, and
Yeah.
then that's the one that starts gaining traction. And I'm like,
Nice.
bruh, like I just
You're putting an intention out into the universe, man. You're, manifesting.
yeah, and I was like, yeah, but also what I'm glad about is when I posted the video of me doing clean vocals, that went quite well, and I haven't had
Nice.
any hate from that so far. And
You,
I don't. Hmm?
do you think that you would respond well to the hate, or I mean, yeah, you haven't had any hate yet? So how do you feel like you can respond to that if it
Like
comes around?
I've had a bit of hate. Uh, Mostly I'm just very sarcastic. I'm just like, thank you for boosting my video. You know.
Yeah,
Um,
man. I mean, yeah, an interaction is an interaction.
yeah, I mean, like I've got one video. When I first started sort of like promoting No Flag of Mine, and I just had a bunch of people in the comments getting like a bunch of far right people just getting fists in the air. Nigel Farage is not a Nazi. I'm like, he is, and and trying to say that like Hitler was left wing and shit, and I was like, you're joking me. And
Yikes.
then I had someone I posted when I did a cover of Walk by Pantera. And I posted the part where at the end I just had the crowd just doing the chorus.
Hmm.
Um, and I thought that was dope. And then someone commented saying, "Not even you doing your vocals or something like that." And I was
Oh,
like, "It's called crowd interaction.
yeah,
Like
absolutely, man.
people know the song.
Okay,
I'm gonna get them involved." So yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
people
The
love
whole
the
point of
beat.
doing covers is because everyone loves it. You can have a good time. Oh, okay. Well, I think is that the toughest critic you faced then?
Uh, Pretty much. I mean, I don't really get as much hate, luckily, as I get constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Usually I can talk to that person and build up on what they don't like about it and,
Mhm.
like better myself using that. But then a lot of it's just like mindless, just keyboard warriors tapping away.
Yeah. Well, you won't get any of that hate in London when you come to our show. Everyone's very encouraging. I mean, you'll get honesty though. You'll get if there's some sort of constructive feedback, you get that. But
Yeah, I mean,
no one's gonna.
when I first started showing off my clean singing, I was like, just please let me know if I sound shit and I can work on it. Like, don't just like, because I feel like the worst thing you can do is tell someone they're good at something that they're not good at, because
Yeah,
then you're
I think
setting the
that's an
person up for
injustice.
failure. You
Yeah,
just,
yeah, definitely.
so I was just like, just let me know. And luckily for me, most of them just said that I just need to put more power into my voice, and that I just need to like sort of like gain more confidence. And it's just a confidence thing, really. With like doing the clean singing. So that's something that
And
I'm
that all just
taking on
comes with
board.
time, man. It
Yeah,
will come. Yeah, that's something. If that's all you've got to work on, dude, trust me, that's a very good thing.
yeah,
It's guaranteed
definitely.
to come. So, final question for this interview: what what drink do you drink in a venue? What do you go for?
What drink? Well, preferably I go for a Ray and Nephews and Coke, but not many
Oh,
venues stock Ray and Nephews. So most of the time I go for like a Captain Morgan or a Kraken. I love rum. Um,
mm,
if money's tight, I'll go for a beer. Um, my favorite beer is probably Moretti or Madri.
Okay, okay.
I do love those beers. Sometimes even just a cocktail. I like cocktails with monsters in it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends what mood I'm in and what I can afford, really. But like, I
I
love
hear that,
drinking.
but so rum
So
and coke then. Rum and
yeah,
coke's your first choice, yeah?
yeah, rum and coke's always my first choice.
All right. Well, you heard it here, people. You know what to buy JMGrizz when you're at his next performance. Get him a rum and coke. He needs one.
Please.
We all need free drinks. We're musicians, okay? We're broke. We don't get paid for this. But awesome, and no, thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview, man. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting you into London on one of our shows. Yeah, have you got any final thoughts you want to share before we wrap up?
Um, I like Pink Pony Club by Chapel Roan.
My friend Izzy did a black metal version of that at London Metal Pride last year. It was incredible.
Oh, you have to send me that. Also, Bieber Doobie's the best singer in the world. I said my piece.
All right, well, we'll leave it there, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out the interview, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everyone.
All right, peace.
That was wicked, dude.